Gang, we're going to get into our very last chapter of this course. Yeah, I can hear you're happy. Me too. Correlation coefficients. The chapter is called Correlations and Regression. We're really just going to do the first half of it. We'll talk a little bit about the back half, but mostly we're doing correlations here. Correlation, if we look at that word, it certainly breaks down co-relationship. So what we're looking for here is the relationship between two different variables. Now, what makes this chapter, part of what makes this chapter very, very different than everything else we've done since chapter 8, is that when we're talking about looking for a relationship between two variables, we're not talking about cause and effect. We're not asking, does this treatment cause a change to this outcome? We're not talking about that relationship at all. What we're talking about are two variables, and we're going to measure them as they naturally exist. There are no treatments. There are no treatment groups. We are not trying to predict if something is going to be changing or will be different. We are going to, for every participant, measure them twice. Each participant gets measured once on variable A, once on variable B. And then we go to the next person to measure them once on variable A and once on variable B. Then we go to the next person, measure them once on variable A and once on variable B. As those variables already naturally exist. So again, no treatments, no treatment groups. There's no group assignment at all. It's just one sample of folks. And we are going to measure these two variables as they already exist and simply ask, is there some kind of predictable association, some kind of predictable pattern, a relationship between them, but not cause and effect. We'll come back to that a few more times in this chapter. That's a very important idea here. So that's what we're going to be dealing with, is learning how to try to see if there's simply a connection. So we talked about this all the way back in the early days of chapter 1. So you might want to go back and all the way back to the front of your notebook and look at what we talked about for correlational or descriptive research in that section, because this is us now doing that side of it. So next up for what I recommend you do right after this video, we have already had, since the first day of class, PowerPoint slides in Canvas with the study aid stuff related to this chapter. So what I'm going to do is narrate on top of those slides. So before you go on to the next video segment here, go and get the PowerPoint videos. You'll find, I'm going to try to keep it towards the bottom center-ish. You'll find a little speaker icon. If you click that, you'll hear me narrating, explaining what you see in the slides. I apologize in advance. I know that audio quality isn't going to be great. The better microphone I have for recording audio is not talking to my PC right now for some reason, so I've got using kind of a wanky microphone. So, but you'll be able to hear it. So before you continue with the video stuff, go check all that stuff out. We'll talk about all of that. And so in the very next video after that, we'll get into looking at the overview of our steps and what we're doing. Okay, see you then.